How's the saying go? If you love something, set it free. If it comes back, it's yours.
I guess something like that.
No, tell them what's going on with it.
The Prism van is back. Nothing wrong whatsoever. We knew it would be coming back when we took it to Jake. We told him to drive it a while and check out a few things, and we would get it back and tweak on it. And he had it about a month. I think he said he drove it to work every single day, went on 2 camping trips.
Yeah, he said what, about 1,500 miles or
I think so, something like that. And in that time, it's just, you know, when a vehicle sits, that's the worst thing in the world you can do to a vehicle. And this vehicle had been sitting, but now that he's driven it and started using it, it's developed a few kind of maintenance issues. The radiator started leaking, so we're going to pull the radiator out, take it to the radiator shop and repair it. And the heater core is leaking, which on old vehicles like this, they are real bad about leaking.
They're a ticking time bomb if they've been
they
sitting
realize
for a
they've
while
been sitting
anyway.
for a long time, and this vehicle had been sitting for a while. I think it may have been sitting even when Jake went up, I think Indiana, and got it. And then when he got it back, he drove it some, and then the motor messed up, and it sat for a while. So anyway, those are two of the things that we're going to do. And just the other little things are just minor things, just tweaking things on stuff that we have done, which we knew we would do some tweaking on. So we're doing that. We've been building kits, been pretty busy with that. I know y'all haven't seen us in a while. Things have been kind of crazy around here. I know we always say that, but we just kind of been doing a little bit of revamping. Just to give y'all an update on what's going on, Ivan and Olivia have moved back to Glade Spring, where Ivan is from. Nothing wrong. Everything is great. Ivan had an opportunity for a job up there with one of his friends that he wanted to take, and he wanted to spend some time with his family. That's where most of all of their friends are. So they've moved back up there on the Yarborough compound up there where Ivan lives. Which, if you ever go to that area and you see how pretty it is, I don't blame them one bit. No. But they are, with that being said, Ivan is still part of the swim shop. You're still going to see him. We're still going to be going on the camping trips. Him and Olivia will be doing some recording stuff up there. You just won't see him as much in the shop as you have been.
But also, more importantly, they're getting engaged. They are engaged.
They got engaged. That's exactly right. They got engaged. They got them a little house up there. Wish them all the luck in the world. I mean, I'm really envious. I want to be there, because I was even saying when we went up there a few weeks ago, we took the bikes up and did some riding up there, and good gosh, I mean,
it's
just
when you
walk out of Lowe's Hardware, the view and the scenery, every store you walk out of, the scenery is just great. So anyway, they're getting on with their life, which is great. Happy for them. Like I said, you're still going to be seeing them. We're still, matter of fact, I think we're going on a camping trip next weekend. So
yeah, we're going to be meeting in the mountains of Carolina, be camping on the river in the vans and all that good stuff. So.
And we've been building kits, and Ivan, this part I hate you for, because now Seth and I have been having to do all the welding on these kits, and it's not fun. We're having to do it all now. Thank you a lot. Thank you a lot. But it hadn't been too bad. But look, I mean, kits. There for a while we were kind of slow on the kits. Ivan leaves, and now the kits have all started going crazy again. So
just the way she goes.
Just the way it goes. But Seth and I are going to keep it rolling down here. You're probably going to see some more bike stuff. We've kind of vans are not going anywhere for sure. But we've got into these bikes, man. So it's plus building a brand for Prism. They get bike people, so it's probably going to see some bikes in the so. But anyway, we're working on the Prism van, going to jerk the radiator out, get the heater core out, do a few things, and yeah,
keep it rolling.
Back and going to be rolling. This old wheel right here was just one we had, but it had 2 good bearings in it. This wheel didn't have bearings in it. So there's a sleeve that goes through here when you put the bearings in, so they'll ride on this, and you know, the bearing will spin. And this sleeve was in here, of course. Well, there was no sleeve with this wheel, and this sleeve is a lot bigger, so we couldn't cut it down. So we have some spacers this size that is the right size, but we don't have any long enough.
Right.
But we've got two the right size, but they're not long enough. But we have this spacer that when these three are put together, they're the exact right width it needs to be. So what we're going to do is probably the complete wrong thing, is slide it over this axle, keep it in place, and just tack it
to keep
together,
it from like falling,
to keep
because
it
this
from,
wheel's hollow.
Yeah, to keep it from falling, because all it does is when it pressures, it just keeps pressure on it, so this thing will spin. So it's not going to bother anything that it's not the right size. It just needs to be compressed together. So in order to keep it, like you said, from flopping around in there, we're just going to tack weld these three pieces together and make us a sleeve.
I think this thing, that wheel will definitely change the look, because you changed the bars. You got some more, not drag style, but like T bars, a little more level.
Yeah, it's just something that we had here. It gives it, I think it gives it a different look. It makes the bike look like an older bike, which is what I want.
Yeah.
More of an old school looking bike. Just make it look different than every other bike out there.
Little stuff.
Got all the other stuff to put it back like it was. If it don't look right, we'll just put it back like it was.
Yep. While he's going, I guess you're going to set up the welder and get all that going real quick.
Yeah, it's not going to be a lot of wheel. I'm just going to do some tacks just to hold this stuff together.
Cool deal.
So.
While he's kind of getting that set up, I can show y'all a little bit of what's happened with my bike since y'all have seen it last on the channel. I can start with the front. We got a bit taller T-bars. It's the same bars from Prism, but they just weren't quite tall enough, so I actually got some wrist pins from Small Block Chevrolet, of course. Put those in there, and there's actually Small Block Chevrolet engine mount bolts that are in here. So they were long enough, plenty of thread going in. Bumped up the bars a little bit, got it pretty level with my shoulder. And then Dad and I found some forward controls. Y'all remember I made those pegs out of the adjustable wrenches for my mid controls. And they were comfortable, they were okay, but I plan on riding this thing plenty of miles on some long trips and just want to be a little more comfortable. I got some long legs on me, so got some 01 forward control, Sportster forward controls, and chopped them up and made them work with this engine mount because they tie in with that. And I don't know if I've told y'all, I had to modify this engine mount anyway because this frame, I think somebody custom built this frame and moved around some engine mount points on the frame, so I had to make that engine mount. Therefore, I cut all the accessories and stuff off of the other mounts to make them work with this. But super comfortable, I like it a lot. I did put a king and queen seat on here. It definitely more comfortable than the solo seat, and it ties my bag down a little bit better. Upgraded the chain, got a bit better chain for it. It kept crunching on the rear sprocket. It was almost like it had a weave in it, that little thinner chain I have. This seems definitely better quality. And the forward controls on this side, didn't have to change too much, but I didn't have all of it. I bought it at a pretty good deal off of Facebook Market, but it didn't have all of the things I needed to complete it on this side, being this piece here. We made this, but if y'all remember your mid controls, it's a brake control that goes on here and it rides on this arm. Well, in whatever kit this is, it's supposed to be something that pivots on here, and you have your little C-clip that goes right there and keeps it all on. But we actually had some tie rod ends that were not usable for a crossover steering conversion on the vans and stuff. So I took that. It was the same. It was perfect. I just trimmed it a little bit, fit on there perfectly. I was like, well, shoot, now how am I going to keep it on there? Because you don't want stress on these pins trying to keep it on. So went to Walmart, bought a purple lock, and that keeps it locked on there. It's tight. It's not going nowhere. But until I find the right piece, this whole setup will be all right. And the pedal, I felt like I needed a little bit of an extension. This was in a scrap pile. Had a hole in it already, and I was like, well, that's about all I need. It's probably about a little under an inch or so rise, and cut me some grooves in it for that and grip. But yeah, I mean, been riding it all over the place. Rides real good. Got some 4-overs coming for it. That'll kick up that whole front end just a little bit, but nothing too crazy like 8-overs or nothing. But nah, she's been a good bike so far. A little bit of electrical issues, just some connectors not wanting to stay connected and having to redo that. I'll probably solder all the wiring over the winter and stuff like that. But real quick, y'all check out my channel, my art channel, JSW Art _NC on YouTube. That's also my Instagram handle, so check that out. But you'll see this bike on there. I put out just a fun little video of me and Dad and some friends riding around, and I'm probably going to be doing another video here soon from where we went up to Rich Valley, Glade Springs, and all that up in Virginia, up Ivans Way where we were riding. And I'm working on that video now. But for everybody that don't know, I do all the editing, and we just upgraded computers. I actually went from a laptop to a PC, and I'm learning how all this new editing stuff works. So I'm putting together videos for us. In fact, this is the first swim shop video I'll be editing with the system. So getting all that together, doing all that. But y'all check out, like I said, JSW Art NC on YouTube, and you'll be seeing some other stuff on there too, with bikes and vans and artwork and all that stuff. But yeah. All right, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Seemed like it was leaking that bottom. Oh, look at that. It was flexing pretty good.
Yeah, but I mean, they'll do that. But
You could just have a hairline crack when it gets hot.
yeah, it's probably back. Look how that looks like that's kind of separated away right there, right behind there.
Yeah, it happens.
Oh yeah, it is separated. I see it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see how it's separated right there? That's where it's coming from.
Oh, yeah, you can even see the stop week.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
And you know, actually, I thought that was a thicker radiator.
I did too, yeah. When you were talking how the old ones are, I mean, maybe
Yeah.
these, I don't know what they're called, the chambers on the side or something.
The tanks.
The
Yeah,
tanks.
the original metal tank radiator is a whole lot better than those plastic tank ones, but this one, we'll see what they say at the radiator shop.
All right. Yeah, because we found out the V6, when my van came with a V6, and the V6 radiators, the V8 radiators, they're all the same size. So I'm still running the stock radiator that came with my van, and it's got the same TBI throttle motor we put in the Prism van too. So there you go.
We'll see what they say.
Get it wrapped up.
Yep.
Speaking of the Prism van, I didn't hang around while you were doing the interview with Jake, but how do you think it went?
Went a lot better than the first one did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went pretty good. He seems happy with it, and that's what means a lot to me. He said them kids like it, so
Yeah, his
whether
kids.
Jake likes it or not, if them kids like it, that's all that counts.
That's cool. That's cool.
So, he said his little girl really. He said she just when somebody says something about it, she's really like, oh yeah, that's our van. He said she's all about it.
That's cool. I mean, how could you not be? I mean, it's freaking awesome.
It is. It's about as cool a one as we've ever done, for sure. I think it's just 8.5-inch wrench.
Oh, well, shoot.
That was my best one too.
I said that didn't take too long.
Nah, it's together. Don't go get close to it.
Don't get close to it? Okay. It's not for looks, it's for function type of thing?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Understood.
I think that'll work.
Cool deal.
With the bearings and pressing in there.
All right. Yeah, it's coming. All right, let's check it out.
Probably got it centered up. Huh? Okay, easy. Just slides in, screwed it all up.
Nice. Just if there's a problem, just
hit it with a daggum hammer, man.
it's close. I mean, there's still a little bit of a.
It doesn't matter. The biggest thing is that
space
spacer is. It's against that spacer now.
Yeah.
So.
Welds didn't break. Look at that. Slides right through. Coming off of there.
That'd been something we needed to do because that felt a little tight.
Oh yeah.
It didn't spin free. So
that front wheel, yeah, we started spinning this front wheel when it was up off the ground, and I was like, well, that's not really spinning too free. Them bearings are pretty set in there, but
yeah, and I had put that. I had to put one bearing in it, so.
Right.
Let's see.
Well, I guess this is just. What is this? Just kind of trial and error right now, because what is it? As you said, this is a 16.
Yeah. It's a 16. It's the stock size that come. And I was looking. I haven't been able to figure out if this thing was built like a Heritage or a Fat Boy. It's got a Fat Boy front fender on it. It's a 100% custom. It's titled an 02, but. Who knows?
Kind of a crazy
Frankenstein.
Yeah. Like I said, we got our axle sleeve thing in this the other day. Taking this off. And our only problem is, obviously, this wheel is wider. There's your rotor, but we don't know what to do here. Have you found out anything, or you're not worried about that yet? We're gonna cross that bridge when we get there.
What's that?
The brake set up on the front.
Yeah, I don't know how, it's gonna definitely have to be spaced out.
Right.
But I don't know how much or what, or even if it will work. We don't know.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
We need to break out the hammer.
Oh, the hammer broke out. It's just a preliminary.
Test fitment.
Just to see what it may or may not look like.
Ooh. Oh, there you go. Let's see here.
I don't know why it's turned.
I don't know. Yeah, I think the straps may have.
Yeah, it may. Thoughts?
Me personally, I think I'd change this front fender. I don't know. I like if it's gonna be a skinny wheel and tire setup, I think it needs to be a skinnier fender.
I agree.
Take the fender off, see what that looks like. That changes the look for sure.
It does. I actually like the way it looks with those low bars now.
Yeah. Decisions now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, really not. Don't even have the brake and stuff set up. We don't even know if it'll actually work yet. But that looks good. I can tell you that much.
I like the look of it too. I gotta tell you.
Got a little rain outside. It's supposed to be raining this weekend, so don't think we're going for a ride, but we'll check it. But either way, turns out You'll have to get a spacer right here for caliper and all that. Being the skinnier wheel, it's offset towards the inside. So Dad's been shopping around on the internet just a little bit, finding the right thing, but it snowballed into stripping the front end down a little bit and putting a different light on it. And what else?
Yeah, it all began with just setting something beside the bike to see what it looked like.
And then it looked good, didn't it? It was my idea.
Good, and now we're fabricating stuff in ways we shouldn't be fabricating it.
Well, this is what guys would do back in the day if they wanted.
Yeah, but we're not back in the day.
What, you want to just order it out of a catalog?
We're here. There's people's got 3D printers and stuff nowadays.
Right, yeah.
So we're here now. All right. I'm gonna tack this on there.
All right.
All right. Right over this one. Is it which is brighter, or is it even different?
Go back. Let's see. I'll look at it and.
All right. Same at the.
About the same, honestly. The first one may be a little brighter. I cannot tell. It's probably a single filament bulb in there.
Oh, it is. It is.
Being an older light.
I just. I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna do the high beam all the time. I'm gonna wire the high beam side up. So that's the white wire.
Okay.
We're gonna wire the white wire.
Yeah, I've been lucky so far with it. Only had really one connection on my bike that just kind of rattled loose, but we're thinking maybe this winter on mine we'll probably go through all the electrical stuff, like solder everything, maybe check over some wires, because yeah, that's on. Check over other little wires and stuff, because you can, it ain't no telling. I can see a little bit of a wire that's kind of been pinched in a spot and wore a place, but that's the kind of stuff you find out when you go and build a bike, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, it's and I've always heard that it vibrating, especially with that thing being a hardtail, it's just, golly.
Yeah.
The vibration that it has to go through or goes through.
In fact, if y'all follow me on Instagram, y'all probably saw me post for like the third time. We've just been getting Harbor Freight batteries and throwing them in my bike, and it would die, it would go crazy or whatever. Not necessarily a wiring issue, but finally just decided to bite the bullet and get me a good battery, but not fully. I just went to a pawn shop. Dad sent me a listing of a battery, and I actually went and had a hair appointment today, and I went by there after the hair appointment in Kernersville, stopped by the pawn shop and got me this. It was one of the fill it yourself kind of deals or whatever. Had to put all the acid in there, and it's charging now, but hopefully that'll fix my issue of, because it lasted probably a good, maybe a couple months or so, and then it would just go out. It'd act like it was spitting and sputtering, and then just die.
And both times it did it, the last time I was behind you and I saw your light get dim, and then it just went out, and your bike would do nothing. Hit the switch, everything would die. You could disconnect the battery, put the multimeter on it. It was showing 12.5 volts. Hook the bike back to it. It killed everything. So I guess the vibration inside there maybe got some of those plates against each other. When it put a load on it, it just killed it. And it's happened with 2 Harbor Freight batteries.
2 Harbor Freight batteries. But they're kind of luck of the draw. There's probably some of y'all that's all y'all run, and y'all probably had good luck with them. But just finally decided to get me a good electrical setup there. So.
Well,
we think. I don't know. That's true.
I read. So many people say get AGM. So many people say get lithium. And it was just, everybody was like, don't get this one. Then the other guy would say, well, this is the only thing you need to get. So, got an AGM.
Yeah. From a pawn shop.
Lighter here.
Yeah. There.
Need to get a better way to do this.
I'm sure there is.
Not at swim shop, it ain't. Tuck all that back up in there. Get some zip ties and
Let it ride.
let it go.
Yeah, they had all that turn signal stuff just crammed all in here. I mean, they had what, about 12 foot of wire back up
Yeah,
in
I'm
there.
gonna do
Or
the
all of
exact
that.
same thing. I just cut off the wire, but I'm gonna cram it all back in there.
Right, yeah. We're gonna do it the right way.
Yeah.
Cram it in there the right way. Check out these grips. These grips, can't remember where they come from.
They come from a set of bars that we come across from somewhere.
Well, it may have been Tim's or
It may have been.
somebody, but they definitely look old school. So match the red on here. It's the other thing we changed. I keep trying to tell them maybe take this tachometer or RPM gauge, whatever you want to call it. Take it off and clean up the bars a little bit, but your speedometer went out. So that you kind of tell your speed now from your RPMs.
Yeah, but I know why the speedometer went out. I think when I get the spacer for the disc, this tab got bent out, and that's
Oh.
the speed. So I'm gonna we get that spacer for the disc. I'm gonna try to get it working again. It may take the tack off, but this tack,
It's
the
in
way
there a
they
little.
mounted it, it vibrates like that all the time. And I always think there's something wrong with the bike, and I reach up there and grab it, and I don't hear anything. So okay, it's the tack, and then they vibrate and shaking it off.
So that'll probably come off pretty soon. And I was gonna tell you, man, that front fender, the more I look at it, I thought you were gonna need a skinny fender, but that thing looks pretty good.
It don't look bad. I think it would look better with a skinny fender, but I can live with that one.
Can still see somebody had like checkerboard racing stripe stickers on here. We'll have to polish that out. Messed around with Dad's bike the other day. Some things for my bike come in. Now, originally when I put my bike together and the frame I bought had a different set of forks and stuff on the front of it, but it had these 4-over extenders on it. But as you can see, the threads were mangled. I took them out. Somebody, I think, cross-threaded them, and they weren't seated all the way. And we've read mixed reviews online. People say run them, people say don't run them. And I just want to go 4-over, which is not crazy. So it's not like a 6 or 8 where it's super long. So we feel comfortable about it. Going to run these. These are, what? These are steel, not aluminum.
Stainless steel.
Stainless steel.
Yeah.
So a bit better. Yeah, put that in there. Put a screwdriver or something and torque it down. But anyway, threads are good on these. I just swapped the O-ring. They didn't come with O-rings for some reason, but these O-rings are in good shape. Just got that. And figure out the best way to put them on. You just got the cap off of here.
think we're just gonna screw them on like you said, and then loosen it up and just try to slide it up.
But for reference, here's about what it's sitting like now. Let's see, I'll straighten the bars real quick. Hopefully it don't flop on over. There we go. There's where it's sitting now. I didn't want, you know, I love long front ends on everything, whether it's Springer, tubes, whatever. But I think with this, it's a bit longer than a regular Sportster. I don't want to go up super high. I just want to kick the frame up just a tad. So.
And I think we've read mixed stuff, but we were talking about it with this thing, this clamped here and this clamped here. This will be in the middle, so it's not like it's clamped at the top and bottom. So it just feels like to me there can't be really any movement. It ain't like it would be here down here where it could.
Yeah. You're in between your triple trees there.
Seems like to me it'd be pretty cool. We'll see.
Yeah, like I said, it's nothing crazy. It's not like it's gonna be 6 or 8 over where it's gonna be super long and all that good stuff. I might eventually go to tubes, or heck, I don't know. Who knows? I might find a cool Springer setup and all that stuff down the road, but just a little something to get it a little more chopper, because that is the stock front end for a Sportster and all that. Of course, love my front disc brake, so I'm gonna definitely keep that. And then don't forget, when I put all this together, I didn't run this brake cable in between the trees, so I do want to maybe figure out how we can get that behind there without having to take it off and bleed it again. You did put some anti-seize on it.
Oh my gosh.
That's a tough spring.
Well, the bar's in the way right there, so I can't really get up.
I might have to put the camera down and help you real quick.
Yeah.
All right. So we did jack it up just a little bit, but that spring went on down inside. There you go.
It's easier, but it ain't easiest. I think I know why. Those threads might have been messed up.
Oh, that looked better. Well, she's going in. Don't look like you're having to strain to turn it, so.
No, I'm pushing down on it though, so it doesn't really put a lot of pressure on the threads.
There you go. I see that O-ring. It's compressing in between there. I think we got it.
All right, let's
maybe get. This is facing the tank now.
Yeah, but I think we can turn it like
oh,
this.
right. Yeah. You're right. Wasn't thinking.
Stick in there.
Yeah, I mean, look how, stop. Oh gosh, I almost dropped the phone. I don't know why it's doing that. I mean, your stock is here. That's gonna push it down quite a bit.
Feels tight.
And now just for the other side.
All right.
I don't think there'll be a way to put my brake line back behind there. I'll just maybe zip tie it or something. I don't know. I'm not gonna drop the whole things just for one line.
We'll have to probably undo the line and re-bleed it.
Yeah. I guess I could take my master cylinder and all that. I could take that off and run it if it would make it through there. All right, we just loosened them and dropped them down. Try to get it.
Loosened them and juiced them.
Yeah. Oh shit! It's not going. Yeah, toward me. This one seems just a tad more flush, but
it was like that with the other ones.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Wow. So definitely up. You can tell, man. Darn, that looks good. I might even get some rake cups for it.
Come on, man.
I can't. It's so tall, it's just gonna flop back over. And let's try to get the chopper lean. There you go.
Now you just gotta hide your seam here.
Hey, yeah, I'm not worried about that. I mean, that's up right there.
Yeah, that definitely changed it. Made it look bigger, didn't it?
Yeah. Longer front ends always, I guess it just pushes that front wheel out and gets that wheelbase just a tad bit longer. There you go, that's 4 over. The side view again.
Feel a whole lot different. That's still different.
Oh yeah, it's up. I like it. That's perfect. It's not too radical, you know. Just enough. I won't sit on it.
You can tell us that. Seth's getting ready to get his riding boots fixed.
Yeah. I had a blowout the other day. And I kind of like these boots.
That's the way, you seen the movie Harley Davidson, the Marlboro Man. That's the way
Yeah.
the Marlboro Man fixed his. So.
Ooh, that's a little tight. I might have to just go over again.
So yeah, Seth's bike, he's got it all chopped up now. Looks good.
Hopefully that'll stretch. That's a little tight around my toes. I'll walk around a little bit.
Yeah.
And I had the bottom and the sides blew out.
Yeah. It won't make at least with that electrical tape, you feel it won't conduct anything.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. There we go. That's good enough.
I think we're gonna take the bikes for a little rip. Seth was eager to find out what his 4 over does.
sound of happiness right there.
It's the sound of maybe a mistake.
Oh.
Because I'm going to try something I probably shouldn't try. But we'll see.
I see you got the brown seat on it, which looks great, but you say is uncomfortable.
Oh my God. I'd rather ride on a brick.
A brick?
I mean, it's terrible, man. About 15 minutes your butt's hurting so bad you can't even move. But I mean, it looks cool and it feels good when you first get on.
But after a few...
God,
and that's crazy because it looks just as wide. It looks
it's just,
different,
there's no
really.
padding or nothing. I mean, it just... Oh, it sucks.
Yeah. Well, as y'all saw when we went out riding, I've got a little button issue. So the key is off, but if you look up in here, right there, that's usually my starter button, and I can press it, nothing happened. I can stick my hand up in here, jiggle wires around, and then it may or may not go after that. But I think either just connections are bad or switch is bad, but we got another one. I'll just replace that switch because it is, or the button rather, because it is just a cheap little button. So I think you're gonna go wire on the rear.
Yeah.
Paint that thing up black, rough it up the best we
It does
can.
have some cracking in the side.
Oh yeah. Man.
Yeah, I made it all off on that.
But still, we can rough
We can
that
still
wheel
paint
up
the
and
wheel,
paint it
yeah.
and break it down and put another tire on it.
Yeah.
All right, as I said, you know, placing the switch here, y'all can see, got my, just wanted to show y'all what it looked like under here in case anybody was curious. Of course, got my switch mounted on this side, a fuse box right here, relay, and here's my two lugs for the button here. Here's the brand new one, or new-ish one, and it goes through that right there. Now, it's gonna be hard to do this one-handed, but oh gosh, I'll have to put the camera down. All right, new button in there. This actually, I'm just gonna, the way the welds are actually, it holds that nut, so I'm not gonna chomp down on it too much, but it's so tight in there, I can't get it so tight. I'm just gonna, it looks like I'm backing it out, but it's actually pressing itself in there, so one more little turn. Oh yeah. And it's raining again. Sweet. Then put the lugs back on it and we're good to go. All right, now in theory, got the battery hooked back up. Should be able to turn this switch, hit this button. Hell yeah. We're all good to go. He's taking off to Harbor Freight somewhere. All right. We're a little ways from home. If they made it this far, I say the modifications are doing good. You want to show them what you did on the front?
Yeah, and I tell you, like I was telling you when we got gas, it's riding the smoothest that it's ever ridden. I don't know if it has anything to do with the tire, the wheel, or putting oil in the transmission
because it needed some.
But yeah, we took the we put the 19-inch narrow wheel on it. So when we did that, we had to space the rotor out to get in line with the brake caliper, and it was 3/4 of an inch, and I couldn't find the right spacer anyway, so I did it the wrong way.
Right.
I ordered 5 3/4 inch individual spacers, and I was wondering if it would get centered because I didn't want it going like this, but I think we got it on there centered. It does perfect. It stops good. There's no, I mean, we just pulled in here. It's nothing hot. Everything works good. It rides smooth. And I think it looks a whole lot better.
Oh yeah,
So
that's good.
we're happy with it. How about yours with your little raised up, your little raised up tubes?
Oh yeah,
Doing all right?
it does a lot better. I mean, you can tell, like, with it being up taller, you know, counter steering, you don't really have to counter steer it that much. You just take it, kind of flick it in a corner, and man, when it lays over now, it'll go ahead and dig on in.
It looks good
It
in
feels
the mirror.
comfortable, even just like, you know, it don't necessarily change all the geometry from your bars to the sitting, but I mean, when you rake the whole thing out now, it feels like I'm sitting in a darn recliner going down the road, which is what I wanted. I wanted to be comfortable.
Well, it looks good. It looks good.
Yeah, it's nothing too crazy, like big and long, but it's just enough to pop up the whole bike. But yeah, I really like it. We just come up to what was that road?
We came up number 8, no 58. We're at just came through Lover's Leap, and they have. You haven't been up here in a while. They've pretty much taken the top of the mountain off. We're gonna head that way and go to the Blue Ridge Parkway after we go in here and do a little looking around and shopping and maybe get some lemonade.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't want to. Knew all that construction and stuff. Of course, being Sunday, I knew nobody was gonna be probably working, but it's a lot of dirt, rocks, and little obstacles now. I didn't want to be trying to film riding and all that, dealing with all that. So we got to the top of the mountain, and we'll get on the Blue Ridge where it's a little smooth and
May ride up to Neighbor Mill.
Neighbor Mill. I like that. What'd you get?
A fried apple pie.
Fried apple pie.
Made in Virginia.
Cool.
The only thing, I wish it was hot.
Oh yeah. Well, you
Just made.
put it on the exhaust of the bike for a minute.
shift gears,
Yeah.
my helmet would smack his helmet.
I do. I do.
And I just like could not for the life of me. I knew it and I was trying to anticipate. I couldn't stay off of it. Man, my husband would every time.
Mine too. And when I was younger, Dave would ride me up front.
Yeah.
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 I remember that. Cluck, cluck.
Right, back in the shop, got another kit kind of on deck. We got, Dad and I finished some other parts, front plate, engine cradle, rear spring hangers, stuff like that. That's all on this table. Got to cut out a few gussets, but it's not going to take long to knock that out. And right now he is jumping on the Prism van. He's doing some more tedious work, so don't want to be in the way trying to film too much, but I know how much you love getting under dashes.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things in the world.
So I'm gonna let you do your thing over here, but while he's doing that, we actually picked up, by the way, everything on the trip over the weekend, little riding front end on my bike did awesome, feels great. Rode all the way through the mountains, probably saw us riding with our buddy Jacob on both of our Sportsters, following Mom and Dad, just having a good time ripping back there. But front end on my bike did great, love it, love how it feels. Dad's bike performed well, new wheel up front, new light, all that good stuff. But we this morning went to Winston and got us, he picked him up another rear wheel, got a good tire on it, spoke, and we just scuffed it up real quick and painted it black over here. Real professional rattle can black paint, nothing too fancy. But I'm gonna learn how to take the rear wheel off of this thing. I've had the rear wheel off of my bike plenty of times, but I'm gonna see if I can't break this thing down and see what I can do. Alright, got it all off, a little help. Had to cut a little bit of that guard out because we're going to put a bit wider tire on there too. Got the quick release. There we go. But gonna give this paint just a tad bit longer. It's a little tacky, brought it out here in the sun. I mean, it is still rattle can, but you don't want to see fingerprints in your nice rattle can paint job on your chrome wheels. So, gonna go to lunch probably, and then throw it all back together. Have you some black spoke wheels on there.
Be sweet.
Be sweet. At the last minute. What is this? It's not a sprocket because it's a belt. What would you still call it a sprocket?
No,
Pulley?
Pulley.
There we go. Last minute pulley change. The belt on his is wider, so the pulley's got to be a bit wider than what came on it.
This is a lot thicker too.
Right.
Just a
But-
different setup.
Had a chrome like dish plate, decorative plate on there. Took that off the.
Yeah, I'm scared about taking that off now because I probably won't get home.
Oh yeah, chrome.
Chrome gets you home, don't it?
Right. I think that's how the saying goes.
Yeah.
But even when we mocked it up the first time, it already looked like this wheel belonged on the bike before that one. And those are cool. I like them. They look like old Western wagon wheels. I mean, the spokes are nice and thick. Got this little decorative edge on them. And then the red wall made them look really good. But
Honestly, that was the biggest thing I didn't like about the bike when I got it. It was the wheels. I mean, they're okay,
right.
but I like spoke wheels. But now the white walls that were on it.
That was killing you, man. You
It was.
you come in the driveway and park it or something and look back and go, I hate white walls.
God, it was killing me. So, and the tires were so good, I couldn't just take them off and go get tires. So, I bought me some red paint pens.
Yeah.
Painted them red, and good God, everybody saw it. They did. They come out and said, "Where'd you get these red white walls? I didn't even know they sold them like that."
We went back and forth. We were like, well, maybe white letter tires look good on here, but you like that black wall up front a lot too.
Well, with the black wheels, I like the. I don't know. With the black wheels, the black wall look good. I am a white letter tire guy.
Yeah. Maybe I know these are Dunlop on the back at least. The Shinko up front, but maybe get you a raised white letter set of Dunlops on there for a one round or something down the road.
This tire and wheel came off of a. Oh man, that belt's going close to the tire. Came off of an 04 Softail Standard, which they had a 150 tire instead of a 130 like this one came in. So we're hoping it's all going to jive. We don't know. Looks awful tight.
Mm-hmm. It just took us a second to wrestle this up in the fender, balance it on that jack, and knock everything through. Y'all put a rear tire on any motorcycle, y'all know how that goes, but she's on there. What you think?
Man, to me, it looks so much better.
Yeah,
It makes the look I was going for. I wanted it to look like a more of an old school bike, like a 50s or something like that, and I think that makes it look. Can't do it so much to make it look like that, but I think makes it look more like that.
definitely more along the lines. Just the little touches can change a bike a lot.
It just looked like to me, I mean, I'm a kind, I like to see, and this ain't 100% different, but when you got a line of bikes sitting down through there, you want yours to stand out a little bit. You don't want it to look the same as everybody else down through the line, and that's just, without going too radical, because I like the bike a lot the way it is, without going too radical, I think that hit it pretty good. I like it a lot better.
And if y'all seen it, his solo seat had some blue flames on it. Flames were blue.
And because the seat was free.
Seat was free.
So that's why I ran with it.
And he ordered this on Amazon, got me to do that. Then I left it out in the sun and it popped up a rain. So now it's gonna have that vintage, worn in Survivor whatever.
Like the old 50s look.
Yeah, right, yeah.
All of them back in the 50s had flames on the seats.
Exactly, and yeah. That's some factory OEM stuff.
Yeah, they were all.
Now, if you're curious, this is a Corbin seat there. Pretty cool. Seat. Probably wondering why I don't run this one. It's one of the cooler looking ones, I agree, but he says...
Man, about 15 minutes on that and's all right.
Yeah, so
Kill you.
not much padding on that one.
I love the way it looks on there, but my gosh. I always say you got to sacrifice a little bit to look cool, but God, I can't sacrifice that much.
Well, shoot, here, I think the seat's dry enough. It says 24 hours, but I mean, the water was wicking right off of it.
Our time moves faster here.
In North Carolina.
Anyway.
Let's see,
Yeah,
I think
much better than the blue flames. I want to get it on the ground so the suspension ain't hanging.
Yeah. lot different than when we started the video.
It really does. Yeah, I think it looks, in my eyes, I think it looks a lot better. Not that it looked bad before. I just, I like that look a little better. I guess, did we go over
No, so the last thing
I
I filmed was we got the rear wheel on, and we've been riding a little bit since then. But I mean, it looks good from behind there when I follow you. Everything's straight. That tire is just a bit wider. But I mean, does the spokes ride any different? You can tell,
it rides the same, even with the different wheel and tire on the front. The handlebars, I really like the handlebars. The feel of those handlebars a lot better. At first, I didn't think I would, but after a while, we're riding those other wide bars. After riding a while, in between my shoulder blades would hurt a little bit. These, man, I can ride that forever.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother a bit. So, yeah, I really like it. It's I don't know that I'll do anything else to it. I think I'll just leave it like it is.
I mean, it is looking good with that spoke in the back. I liked you're thinking about changing the bags. I know you had said maybe like finding some brown bags and a brown seat, something like that.
Or some kind. These are actually just some old bags that Ivan had that I just stuck on there, and they, you know, they do. I think I kind of like the look without the bag, but you know, it's nice to have a place to put your stuff, especially when your mama's riding too. It gives us a place to put some stuff.
Right.
And then when we put the other seat on there too, we got the little luggage rack on the back. We can strap some stuff too. So yeah, it's
well, not bad. You got 4 overs on a Sportster, new wheels and tires on this, and a new headlight. Yeah, because this is what we said it was an old tractor headlight, right?
Yeah, I think it came off of an old tractor. But it's good and bright. It's a lot brighter than the other light that was on there.
Which is surprising. That other light was big,
Yeah,
and I mean,
it was not bright at all.
No, that thing is white. When you're looking in the rearview mirror and you're coming down the road, it's brighter,
Yeah.
for sure.
And we took everything off. You know, we put everything in a box, so in a half a day we can have the thing back exactly like it was.
Right.
Back like it was. Nothing was broke or tore up when we took it off. Everything stayed intact, so we can put it right back like it was, no problem.
Well, heck yeah. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed the little bit of riding we did. And I know it wasn't a whole lot, but going to Twin Rivers this weekend,
Yep,
so we'll get a whole lot more footage.
If Debbie holds off the hurricane that came through, I think we're going to be okay. It looks like Thursday night's going to be the only night we're going to have any rain. So we're looking forward to it. We always have a good time at Twin Rivers. This will be the first time we've actually had bikes to go. We've just been taking the vans only, so looking forward to that. Get to ride up in the mountains with some of our friends, and just I guess your mom will cook a lot of food for us. And
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
everybody happy. So, but I guess that's it. That's everything we've got. We got your bike ready, this bike ready. Been working on vans, working on kits. Ivan has put a little burden on us not being here. We've been having to take over the well, so Ivan, you're gonna have to pay us back on that. We'll see Ivan and Olivia this weekend. They're coming, so yeah, we're. I know it's been a while since we made a video. We're getting everything cranked back up, and just I want to thank OK Recycling. They always, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to do any of the stuff we do. Renegade Tees does all our shirts. Go get one of our new shirts. We got some of them. Go online, get some merch, some stickers. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. We'll keep doing what we're doing.